Well, some of the anger in Minnesota is being directed at Democrats tonight. Correspondent Leland Vitter tracking that angle for us. Good evening, Leland.
Well, evening to you, Shannon. Those protesters in Minneapolis that Mike Tobin was out with, Black Lives Matter organizers around the country and civil rights activists seem to agree. The videotape is all the local prosecutor should need to charge the officers responsible for George Floyd's death. And they don't like Mike Freeman saying today he wants to take his time because there may be exculpatory evidence.
That video is graphic and horrific and terrible, and no person should do that. But my job in the end is to prove that he violated a criminal statute, and there is other evidence that does not support a criminal charge.
Shame on every voter in Minneapolis who voted for prosecutor Mike Freeman to be county attorney, writes noted Black Lives Matter activist Sean King. Local and national leaders told you he was terrible. This case needs to be removed for him, and the Democratic establishment needs to own this. He's your dude. Tahani Abushi, who is running to be New York's district attorney, doesn't seem to care about new evidence. The district attorney is abusing his power. This case must be taken out of his hands. There is absolutely no way he can conclude there was no criminal acts. George Floyd was murdered on video with witnesses present. The district attorney is putting privilege above the law. The National Democratic establishment has a long history of controversial race relations in Hepburn County. Take this Washington Post headline about one of Joe Biden's potential running mates. As a prosecutor in heavily white Minnesota, Amy Klobuchar declined to go after police involved in fatal encounters with black men. According to the Guardian newspaper, one of those officers cleared is none other than now fired Derek Chauvin, who has his knee on Floyd's neck. Early this morning, Klobuchar tweeted, "Anyone with an ounce of humanity is outraged by George Floyd's killing in the hands of police. The case cries out for action, charges, and justice." Timing here is important, as noted by the embattled DA today at that press conference. In Baltimore, a rush to charge 6 police officers in the death of Freddie Gray after similar riots to what we are seeing in Minneapolis ended with all of those officers, Shannon, either being acquitted or eventually the charges against them dropped.